Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be my December TBR. So I will be picking it with my Bookopoloy board, but this is actually going to be the last one that I use that Bookopoloy board for. There's a couple of reasons for this, and I will have a video coming really soon about how I'm going to be choosing my TBR moving forward. The main thing is that after using the Bookopoloy board for a year, because the actual spaces on the board are stagnant, so they stay the same every month, I feel like I get a lot of the same prompts. So I decided that I am going to try a different TBR game. You can see it up here. There are also a couple of things on there that I'll get into in that video that mean you will likely see Bookopoloy again at some point, just not as my primary TBR game. And I'll just leave it at that. All right, so as far as last month's TBR, I have finished these four as of time of filming. So Silver Sparrow, The Secret Life of Church Ladies, Under a Dancing Star, and The Beekeeper's Apprentice. And by December 1st, I will also have finished Mediocre. I only have about 40 pages, and I plan to read the majority of that today and then finish it up tomorrow. And then I have started, but I'm not very far into The Knights of Maison Rouge, which I am going to continue on with. So once I finish Mediocre, I will keep reading in this. That does mean that this stack of books, so How to Be an Anti-Racist, The Undocumented Americans, Embers of War, and Lady Audley's Secret, did not get read. As I've pointed out, or as I've mentioned in my previous TBR game, I don't do punishment rolls. This would make this month crazy. But I am going to... there are still books in this that I want to read, but these are not going to be my primary focus books for this month. They're going to just go back on the shelf and might get pulled in. Undocumented Americans and How to Be an Anti-Racist are the two that I really want to get to sooner rather than later, but we'll see how they fit in. And then the other book that I wanted to read this month that wasn't on my official TBR was Braiding Sweetgrass. I'm disappointed that I didn't get to this because Milkweed Press, or Milkweed Editions, was our independent press book, independent press for the month of November, and this was my pick for that, and I didn't read it. It was also in Digithon, and this is written by an Indigenous author, so actually triple sad I didn't get to this because also nonfiction November. But to be honest, this was just a really rough month from start to finish, and I am very pleased with what I was able to actually read this month. So with that said, let's jump into the rolls for this month. Again, I'm going to start with 6, and hopefully it will stay at 6. I do feel like I'm going to be able to get a little bit more read this month, and I am particularly going to be trying to focus on Greek myth retellings, so we will see how that goes with the rolls. So we ended off at 2018 backlist last time, so that's where we're going to start this time, and this is roll number 1. Audiobook is great! Off to a good start. Alright, so book 1 is audiobook, and I actually know that my library has this, which is Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. One of the things I think I mentioned already that I am planning to do is read a bunch of Greek myth retellings, so this works out beautifully. I will be reading or listening to the audiobook of Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. Roll number 2. Is a standalone. This is working out beautifully. So the second one was standalone. I am going to be reading 1,000 Ships by Natalie Haynes. This is actually the book that inspired me to want to read a bunch of Greek myth retellings this month. I was so lucky to get an ARC of this book from the publisher, and it comes out the end of January, and I am just hyped for this book. So hyped for this book. It's been out in the UK for a while. It was on the Women's Prize. I think it was even on the Women's Prize shortlist. But this is one of the books on the prize list that I've really wanted to read. So I'm picking this for standalone, and this will probably be the first thing that I read in December. Roll number 3. Ooh, color. That one's fun. Okay, so color is one that I was hoping would come up. I don't think it's come up at all since I've been playing this game, which is bizarre. Especially after I just said I've gotten a lot of prompts multiple times. I just get the same prompts multiple times. So the way this works is I'm going to go to a random color generator website and get it to generate a color. Then I'm going to look at my TBR shelf and find something that is either predominantly that color or just has that color on the cover, depending on what the color is and how many options I have to go with. So this is what it started on. I'm going to tap it. Tap it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is a lime green. Let's see what we have with green on it. Okay, I don't actually have a ton of books that have this color on it. I had one that was predominantly green that was close to this, but it's the second, well, it's like the 5th in a kind of series that doesn't necessarily have to be read in order because they're nonfiction Disney books. But the hollow pox on this is basically the exact same color. So that's what we're going with because I really want to read this. So hollow pox is what we're choosing for color. Roll number 4. We're back here with Pet Pick. Okay, so Pet Pick, I am gonna set out some books. I'm gonna go get Simon. I think he's asleep, but he will always wake up for treats. But I have to pick which books I want him to pick from first. Circe by Madeline Miller is going to be one of them. This is the only other Greek myth retelling that I have currently. So I am hoping he picks this one. If not, I might be able to squeeze it in. We'll see. But this is going to be book number 1 that he has to choose from. Book number 2 is going to be Snowfall in Silver. This is the second book, no, the third book by Laura Wood, and I have loved her 2 previous books, so I'm going to put that on there. And let's see if I can find... Okay, so these are the 2 books that I'm choosing between. This one is set in winter, so maybe, although it would still be good to read in January. This, I think, is what I'm going to choose as the third choice for him. This is the Decameron Project by 29 different authors. These are stories that were written during the pandemic. So I bought this last month after I saw Kayla from Books and Lala talk about it. I immediately ordered it the same day. I think I was still watching the video when I ordered it because this sounds like something that I really want to read and something that I think will be interesting to look back on years down the road. So these are the 3 books that Simon has to choose from. I will be happy with any of these because I want to read all 3 of these in December. So I'm going to go get him, and then we'll see what he chooses. And there you go. Good job. Good job. Good job. So he chose A Snowfall in Silver, which is kind of funny because I'm pretty sure I got Pet Pick last month, which, you know, getting the same prompts over and over again. And I'm almost positive that he chose the other Laura Wood book last month. So I'll be reading Snowfall and Silver, which I'm very excited about. Roll number 5. That is a 7. Ooh, play a TBR game. Okay, so you're getting to see this a little earlier, which sort of works out because it's kind of like a little preview of what next year's going to be. But this is my recreation of Maddie's deck of TBR. I'm going to pick out prompts. I don't know if you can see this, but like the box is overflowing. I need something better for this to go in. I'm going to pick out prompts, put them all on here, and then I'll come back and pick the Joker book on camera. So hold on a second. I'll be right back. All right, so I added all of the prompts to the board, as you can see. I also added the Intimidating book, which is Lee Smith, Annie Dillard, and the Hollins group, which is very intimidating. It's the point of it, but still, it's very intimidating. I really hope I don't get a Joker, because I don't want to read that in December. I did get these really cool Star Wars cards, specifically for this. The face cards have characters on them, and the aces have ships. I have shuffled these really good, and this is going to be our card. So Queen, that works beautifully. Queen is mood read. So, well, I'll pull it off and show you. Face cards are non-rotating prompts, but yeah, mood read. That works great for me because that means I get to pick any book I want throughout the month, and I don't have to pick it right now. I probably will pick it right now, but we'll see. So yeah, that was anticlimactic since it just told me I could pick anything. But this will be a lot of fun next month. I will probably take all the prompts off so that I can start fresh on January 1st, adding new prompts. And yeah, I'm just going to keep adding them because this is just forever rotating and it's very exciting. All right, so mood read, which means I don't have to pick a book right now, that I could choose it at some point during the month. So if I change this out, then I change it out. But basically I use this, I think I've said this before, I don't know. Basically I use this game to make my stack of books that I will choose from the month, and I usually stick to that stack. It helps me to keep momentum up throughout the month. So I'm going to choose a book now. So I'm just sort of treating this as a wild card. And I'm going to choose Circe by Madeline Miller because, like I said, I am trying to read Greek myth retellings, and this is the only other one that I had on my list that I wanted to get to. And roll number 6, which hopefully will be our last. And it is Underhyped. Editing Jenny here. I just realized that apparently I counted wrong because I definitely rolled a 5 just now on that roll, and I went 6 spaces. So I'm not upstairs with my books and the baby is asleep, so we're gonna leave it how it is, even though apparently I accidentally cheated. Whatever, it's my game, it's my rules. And the last one is Underhyped book. So I'm going to go to Goodreads. I have all of my books that I own on a TBR shelf, and I'm going to choose, I'm going to go to my physical TBR, and then I'm going to sort it by number of ratings, and look at the 10 books with the least ratings and choose one of those 10. It says lowest, but I basically, well, actually I think this one says underhyped, so I get, anyways, it's my game, I get to define the rules. Basically, I have redesigned some of the prompts that are on my Bookopoloy board to be low rated instead of lowest, to give myself a little bit more choice. All right, so we're gonna go to Goodreads. I'm going to choose my physical TBR shelf. So that's all of the books on my physical TBR. And then we are going to sort it by number of ratings. And reverse it. And then we have, so I'm not surprised about some of these. My everything hasn't been published in the US, so I don't feel like that counts. Endless Blue Sky is the independent press project, so that is by Hansford? Nope. It's right here. Yeah, Hansford Press, and they're a new independent press in the UK, and that is our indie press project publisher for January. So I'm not picking that. It has 2 ratings. The next couple of books, so Between the Earth and the Empire, also from an indie press. That's a huge honkin' nonfiction. Not reading that. Legacy of Dragons and 20 Million Leagues Over the Sea. Those 2 are self-published books by local Chattanooga authors. I've read something by T.D. Ralphson that I absolutely adore. It's a middle grade book and it's fantastic. My husband has read both of these and loved them. I don't know that I'm going to pick either of those because I am not sure I'm in the mood for that. So then we have Lee Smith, Annie Dillard, and the Hollins Group. We're not doing that. Again, big honkin' nonfiction. And then, well, the next 4 books are Disney books. So is that 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But the 11th book is the Decameron Project. So I'm gonna cheat because they're my rules, and I'm gonna pick the Decameron Project because it only has 87 ratings, and really I would consider it underhyped if it has less than 100. So yeah, we're going with this. All right, so this is actually, to me, a very exciting TBR. I somehow managed to get all of the books that I genuinely want to read in December onto this. So we have Circe, Song of Achilles, and 1,000 Ships for rereading Greek myths. A Snowfall in Silver, Wintry, Hollow Box, which I'm just very excited to read, and then the Decameron Project, which is a new acquisition. So these are the books that I'll be reading in December. I'm pumped because I really am needing like really fast-paced, fun fiction right now, and I feel like that's a good way to end the year. So Bookopoloy, my last hurrah with you, actually did not do me dirty. So that's what we're going to be reading. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I'll see you back here shortly because I'm not doing full-on Vlogmas just because I had planned to do it, but the amount of time that I have in a day is very limited, and I was finding that I still have like 3 videos to edit that I just have not had the time to edit. So I'm just gonna do what I can. So there will be more frequent videos in December, and I will be vlogging the whole month of December. So you will get at least 4 vlogs in December. And you'll get to see me reading these books. But it won't be full on 24 videos, at least not as of today, it won't. And December is 2 days away, so. All right, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day and happy reading. Welcome to the December season, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.